Guys, welcome again. We're working on Blueprint Section 3, page 93. Okay, so we're starting out with trying to understand what each line does. Okay, so let's talk about the extension lines. Extension lines extend the edge of my part to measure it. So it's just like when you raise your arms and say the fish was this big. We're using our hands as extension lines to show how big it was. Okay, so it extends from the edge of my part to show me how big is it. Okay, a leader line points to it's him. It's that one right there. Okay, and dimension lines, they can either go outwards towards the extension lines or it can go inwards towards the extension lines. And our dimension or our measurement is going to be put inside. Okay, so they want you to identify each type of line. A is a, B is a, the outside of the part. C is, they're talking about this. Actually, no, C is talking actually about the line itself. D is talking about here, E is here, and F is here. Okay, I think you guys got this. Okay, so we understand that dimensions can be placed between parallel centers, right? Center to center, distances, or pitch. So what they're, when we have a center and another center, they can create right angle center lines. Okay, so sometimes they want to know, well, where does that center meet? Okay, and we know that these ones are parallel. Okay. Okie dokie. So this one gets a little tricky, but pay attention. The center to center distance between bosses 1 and 2, these little pipes, number 1 and number 2, is 1.5 inches. So from here to here is 1.5 inches. The center to center distance between bosses 1 and 3 is 3/4 of an inch. Okay, so from the bosses or the pipes, from number 1 to number 3 is 3/4 of an inch from here to here. Okay, so they want you to put in all of the center lines. Okay, and remember, we want them to work with the top and the front, and then if we have other ones to work with the front and the side, we want everything to work together so that it not only complements it, but that way we can actually see the true dimension of a part or where it really goes when we look at all of the views. Does that make sense, guys? And of course, if you guys don't get this, please let me know so I can help you. Okay. All right. So this one is really, really confusing. So please let me know if you guys don't get this, and I will explain this better, and I'll do a different video so that I can put it up on the board. But really, a cutting plane is an imaginary cut in a part so that we can see something inside a part that we might not be able to see by just looking at it. Okay? So whenever we see a line like this, and it can be a dashed line or it can be a solid line, whichever way it points, that's the way that they want you to look at the cutting. Okay, so that they're going to slice it right here, imaginary slice right here, so that you can see the part better. Okay, so this is AA. So what you'll have is section AA right here, and it's turned so that I'm looking straight forward at it. And now I can see that there's a hole here. Oh, okay, see, and then this line here, those are called section marks. This is where we have imaginary cut it, okay? So, oh, okay, so I see that there's a gap here, and then there's a hole here. So I better understand what's happening. So if we look here, here's the hole from the side, and here's the hole from the top. So I couldn't see this very well in any other drawing without imaginarily slicing it out. Okay, it gets kind of like confusing with this, so I want you guys to really look at it, and if you have problems, to let me know. Okie dokie. So here's what they're saying. In this view, they are using a cutting plane, and they want you to draw the cutting plane. So if we look at this view, and if I cut it right here like this across, what would I see? And remember, whatever way it points, that's the way they want you to see it. So what am I going to see? Well, I'm probably going to see this here and this here, and then I also am going to see what? The hole, okay? So you're going to draw it like this, right? And like this, and like this, but the hole. And we also want to see section lines to show that we have cut it here and here imaginarily. Okay. All right, let's look at page 96 because I want to kind of make sure that we all get this cutting plane thing. Okay, so here it shows me section AA. All right, so this means that I've sliced this in a particular way to show you how this looks on its side or on its face or however I'm looking at it, okay? So now it says draw in the desired welds and the cutting plane line. So, well, it looks like it's pretty symmetrical, so regardless of where I put the cutting plane, it's going to look the same. So if I put the cutting plane this way and I point my arrows this way, it means I'm going to look at it this direction. Or if I put my arrows this way, I'm going to look at it this direction. Okay? Either way, it's the same thing. And then where are the welds going to go? Okay? So now if we look on the top of it and we start to like imagining looking down on it, oh, okay, I kind of understand where it goes now. So more than likely your stuff is going to go here, right? And here, if we look at it carefully. Okay. All right, let's see if we have any more cutting planes. Okay, so here's our sections. Usually people will use just a regular old plain section. You're probably only going to see different types of materials and section lines when you're using different types of materials on a job. Most often, we're just going to see lines when we see a section view. Okay? All right, same kind of thing. They want you to draw the section lines. So it says we are cutting it right here, and I'm looking towards the right, this direction, okay? And this is what I see. This is a baffle, right, with a hole in it. Now I need to show that I've imaginary sliced it. Where have I imaginary sliced it? And that's the only thing they want you to put is the section lines or where I have imaginarily sliced it. All right, guys, I think that's pretty good. All right, next up, page 98. Take care.